What's up, everybody? Dog 985. There's levels to this. Yo. Oh, man. Let me tell you, life is life is different now, but life is definitely a blessing. It was always a blessing, but I'm a lot happier in the situation that I am now. Just being close to my kids, being close to my family, everything is in everyone that I care about is in one roof, and I get to see them every single day. So that put things in a different perspective. With that being said, with this new season in life that I'm going through now, I'm not going to lie to you, it becomes a little bit more difficult to carve out time to do this, to make this content, to come on here and even making my videos, even though thank the Lord Jesus Christ that I started making my videos very minimal, no editing. I just need a phone, my little headset mic that everyone likes to make fun of. And then I go. But even then, I need time. I need time, and man, those precious 5, 6, 10 minutes, that I tell my family, like, hey, I'm gonna go to the bathroom to record a video, like they're used to it, whatever, right? But it's still kind of strange, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so I don't have anybody in here right now, so I gotta check the sound myself, make sure the sound is good. So give me a second, let me log into my YouTube, make sure my sound is good. Okay, the sound sounds perfect. I'm using that Razer mini mic, and it sounds phenomenal. I gotta bring back this series, the 30-minute session with Doc. Gotta bring this back. The reason I'm doing this for my channel members is because I'm still new to this YouTube thing. That's the way I would consider it. So I'm trying to experiment with different ways to make it worth it being a channel member. Shout out to my dude Lono from Reforge Gaming. The idea that he gave me one time when I was talking to him was, when I make my short-term videos, have, like, the aftermath live streams, and that worked for a while. But now, like I said, with the situation that I'm in, after I make those 5 to 10 minute videos, whatever, I can't then right after it go live for 30 minutes to an hour. So these episodes, I'm sorry, I'm gonna apologize right now, they're gonna be sporadic, but I am gonna be going live for my channel members, so you can interact with me if you become a channel member, and you see me do this. You're gonna have to put notifications on and the bell. I'm letting you know right now, because there is no schedule to this. It's not like every other podcast that has a set schedule. We're just gonna hit the live button and go whenever I have time to do it. I've already spoke to my family about it. Everybody's cool. I just need 30 minutes, and I just gotta go somewhere quiet. So like right now, I'm in the bedroom, and it's just me, my laptop, my phone, peace and quietness, and they're out there watching something on Hulu, another subscription service. But let's get into it, because that's already 3 minutes of me just ranting. Just know that I am very blessed. Just know that I am very happy in the situation that I'm at, and just know that I enjoy making content. So I just got to figure out a way to continuously make content, and this is one of the avenues. Okay, but now, without further ado, 30-minute session with Doc. If you're new to this series, if you haven't seen one of these live streams before, which I used to do a while ago, I would go live publicly, and I would just have a therapy session with myself. The only difference is that you would be here to watch it and witness it and see it from top to bottom. You'd be able to see it. You would be able to see how my brain thinks. You would be able to see what's on my mind. You'd be able to see things that I would talk myself into and talk myself out of. Like literally a 30-minute session. So this to me is very, very big. And I I don't understand why it is not getting what I would consider the accurate amount of coverage. Now, I could be tripping, it might just be me. But I'm telling you right now, this to me is big. Geforce Now and Gamepass. Now, apparently, Game Pass came to Geforce Now a while ago, and I had no idea. Now, I follow a lot of Xbox channels. I follow a lot of Xbox podcasts, a lot, and I follow some cloud, and the cloud guys did cover it. But the only way I saw it was after I saw one video on it, and then finally all the other ones started popping up. But all the Xbox channels, nobody covered it. The ponies that know more about Xbox than the Xbox channels themselves. There are no PlayStation. I don't want to say that. There's like 2 or 3 actual PlayStation channels. Everybody else is an anti Xbox channel. That's really what it is. If Xbox wasn't around, they would not have content. I'm right. If Xbox wasn't around, they would not have content. But Game Pass on GeForce Now, okay? I want to look this up right now, okay? And see when did this happen? When did this partnership actually kick off? Now, I know when Microsoft was going through the trials and everything, and trying to get Activision, they had to show how they were going to play friendly with everybody. And my God, they're showing it, man. For those of you that don't know what GeForce Now is, and I know there's a few people in my audience that are not exactly sure what GeForce Now is, let me tell you what it is. GeForce Now, as simple as I could put it, is a streaming platform to stream games, okay, that comes from NVIDIA, okay, and the difference between what GeForce Now does and what Stadia did and what Luna does and what xCloud does, the difference between all of those and GeForce Now is that GeForce Now is letting you stream these games from the PC experience. If you stream a game from xCloud, you are getting the console experience of that game. What I mean is, you're not adjusting settings, not computer settings at least, and you're getting it. It's running on a Xbox Series X blades. That's what it's running on. Okay. When Stadia was around, they had a really good technology as well, but same thing. You weren't running them with computer settings. Okay. Same thing with Luna. You're not running these games with computer settings. When you have GeForce Now, you are literally running the computer version of these games. What does that mean? That means that the game is unlocked when it comes to frame rate, when it comes to what you could do with it visually, field of view, resolution. You could change shadows, you could change but a whole bunch of stuff, texture, streaming, a whole bunch of different things you can change so that it can play better. Now, here's the irony of that, is that with GeForce Now, especially if you have the Ultimate Edition, which is the one that I'm gonna recommend because that's the one that I used, you don't even really have to do any of that, because you're going to get the experience as if you had a computer with a 4080 graphics card, with a RTX 4080. If a game cannot run at a solid 60 frames per second or higher on a 4080, that is the game's fault. No one would argue that. That comes down to the game clearly not being optimized. That's what it comes down to. So now, Game Pass coming to GeForce Now is allowing you and I to experience what it would be like to have PC gaming specs a PC gaming experience playing these games without dishing out the cost of what it would cost to actually have a computer with a 4080. And I do not understand how this is not talked about more right now. How there's other things. There's leaks that just came out, and guys, leaks, rumors, whatever you want to consider them, a lot of those things that you're seeing on there are not things that are happening right now today. This is today. I'm telling you about something that as soon as you're done listening to this episode, you can literally log off, hop into Geforce Now, subscribe for 1 month if you want. It's just $20. If you already have Game Pass Ultimate, that's the key. Game Pass Ultimate, not just the Game Pass on console. Because if you only have that one, you're not gonna have access to these games. You need to have Game Pass Ultimate or Game Pass PC, and then just try it. Give it a shot yourself. Give it a shot yourself, and you'll be able to try it. This is something that is now. You can worry about the future to a certain extent, but at the end of the day, you got to worry about what you can experience right now. And right now, this is live. Right now, this is real. Geforce Now and Gamepass. The downfall to Geforce Now is that you also have to buy the games that you're going to play on it, right? Well, before this, okay? So you could have Geforce Now and you would pay to be able to use. It's a subscription service, okay? Pay to be able to use it, right? And then on top of that, you would have to buy the game. Now, there's pros and cons to this now, because there's plenty of people out there that'll sit there and tell me, Doc, I want to own my games, this and that. PC gamers have been owning their games digitally for the longest time, and they haven't been complaining. They still are considered the best way to play games is on a PC, right? But all of a sudden, everybody wants to have physical copies of games. Okay, but that's just neither here nor there. I digress. But again, you get Geforce Now, and you want to play a game. Okay, you got to make sure that game is available to play on Geforce Now. So it's not like all the games out there are available to play on Geforce Now, which is another downside to Geforce Now. But they have a huge library of games, and for the most part, if a game is popular, it's going to be on Geforce Now. I don't think I've seen one game that's not popular and not drop on Geforce Now. You know, I mean, Starfield, which is arguably the most famous and infamous game that has came out this generation, is on Geforce Now. So I mean, like, it didn't drop day and day. I think they waited. I think they had to wait like a few days or maybe a week or so, or whatever it was. But then it did come to Geforce Now. But typically, you would have to buy the game, okay, and then you could play it on Geforce Now. Now that's a pro and a con. I know what you're thinking. I'm like, why would I pay for a subscription service to play the game and then I gotta buy the game? Well, here's a positive to this. Unlike Stadia, when you bought a game on Stadia, you bought the game on Stadia, and that's the only place you could play it. When you're buying a game on Geforce Now, you're not actually buying the game from Geforce Now. You're buying the game from that actual publisher or that actual store. Meaning, if a game is on, let's say something like Payday 3, you decide to buy that, you can buy it from Steam. Something like Assassin's Creed, you can buy that from Ubisoft, right? That's where you're actually buying the game, or from Steam as well. You're actually buying the games, which means if Geforce Now, for whatever reason, does not work for you, and you want to stop paying for Geforce Now, you don't lose all your money. You still have those games attached to your library. So if you ever decide that you want to go ahead, yo, what's up, Harold? Dímelo, papi. So if you ever decide that you want to go ahead and purchase yourself a PC or stop gaming on Geforce Now, whatever, you're fine, because those games are still yours. You're not losing them. When Stadia went away, everyone that bought a game on Stadia lost access to those games. And, you know, good on Stadia for giving everybody refunds back. If you submitted for the refund early enough, you got your refund back. Like, I got my refund and everything, and it was cool, whatever, right? But in Geforce Now, when you buy these games, you're actually buying them from real stores. So you're keeping those games if you ever decide to not subscribe to Geforce Now. Now, what Game Pass is allowing you to do is you're literally playing the games off of the subscription, off of your Game Pass subscription. So you could still stop paying for Geforce Now, and you would still have access to those games through Game Pass. Guys, when I tell you I don't know why this is not getting more attention, I'm going to break it down numbers wise to you, okay? Oh, Harold, I'm sorry that you got sick, man. Well, I'm glad you're recovering fast. That happened to me last week too. I got sick and then I got to recover pretty quickly. All right, I'm gonna I'm gonna pull up the calculators, okay? So let's if you can guess, how much do you think I would have to pay if I wanted to buy a PC that can game at 4K 60? Price of a gaming PC. Let me see if I can look that up. PC for 4K gaming. Let's see. What do we think the minimum is gonna be? $1,300. I'm looking at about $1,300, $1,200. Do we think that's accurate? Should and again, I'm not talking about used parts. I'm talking about like you're building a PC. What are we building a PC to play 4K 60 for the next, I don't know, maybe for the next 3 to 5 years? Let's be safe. So I see one for 1,300. I see one for 1,200. Let's say 1,300. Let's be nice, okay? Okay. So $1,300, right, is what it would cost. And let's say we keep this PC. Well, we're not gonna upgrade it for how long, huh? All right, Harold says around 1.5K. Okay, so I'm being nice, Harold. I'm gonna say $1,300. We're gonna go ahead and do this math, okay? So let's say I do $1,300 and I want this PC. Harold, what do you think? You think with this PC will last me what, 3, 4 years, 5 years? What do you think? 5? Without me having to upgrade anything on it. What we thinking? 3 years? Let's do 3. Cause I'm gonna show you guys something. Okay? 3 years, okay? So if I divide that 1,300 divided by 3 years, I'm looking at 433, okay? And then I'll divide that as well, all right, by 12, okay? All right. That comes out, okay? I need you to listen to me, all right? If I was today to go out and buy a PC that's capable of running games at 4K 60. Let me see what PC is this, man. This is Asus ROG Ally. I'm looking at one from Best Buy. Let me see. I'm just gonna see what this is a RTX 3060. Come on now, man. Am I actually, you know what? Let me see, I'm doing this wrong already. I'm already messing up. All right. Gaming PC with 4080. That's what I want. Gaming PC. We're gonna do this right. With a 4080 graphics card. Because that's what you're getting with the ultimate tier, right? Okay, now we looking different. Now it's looking different, guys. If you Google the price of gaming PC with a 4080 graphics card, we are well above in the 2K. But you know what, Harold? We're gonna be nice. Never mind. We're gonna keep it with the 3060. Even though we know, so if you're listening to this episode right now, we know that a 3060 graphics card is not gonna hit 4K 60 every single game. But that's okay. That's okay. Well, that's okay. We'll stick with that. Okay. So a $1,300 PC for 3 years with 3060. Okay. If you divide that by three, you're looking at $433. Okay. Then if you divide that by 12, All right, and the reason we're doing by 12 is we're gonna calculate the monthly subscription. Okay, you're looking at $36 a month. So if you wanted to build a PC today that I'm gonna with a 3060, and I'm hoping I could be able to game at 4K 60, which I'm sure you guys are gonna leave in the comment section and tell me, Doc, you crazy, 3060, ain't no way you gaming at 4K 60 with that, but that's okay. Okay, all right. Yeah, Harold, we're looking for deals. Yeah, we're looking for deals. So I think 1300 is safe. I think we're actually being real modest, to be honest with you, Harold. Because I think when Severin wanted to build a PC for me, he was like 1500 and we'll get you a solid PC. And that was for 1080p. I remember I was telling him, because that was for 1080p 120. I remember. Okay, but 4K 60, right? $36 a month is what it would cost me if I wanted to build a PC today for the 3060, $1,300, and it would last me 3 years before I had to upgrade. Okay, but I'm still with that 3060 for the next 3 years. Okay, $36. Okay, Geforce Now, right now, if you do the month-to-month subscription, not even the 6-month subscription, it's $20. Okay, it's $20 a month. All right, if you do $20 a month, all right, and you go ahead and multiply those $20 by 12, you're looking at $240. Okay, and then if you multiply that by the 3 years, okay, you are looking at $720. Yes, Harold, $36 a month for 3 years for a solid PC. Okay, 3060. You got a 3060 solid PC with 3060. Okay, we're thinking best case scenario. All right. With Geforce Now, for $20 a month, and again, that's if you use if you do the month-to-month subscription, because there is a 6-month subscription that's only $16, but it's only $4 difference. Okay, but we'll stick to the heavier one. $20 a month, right? Times 12. You're looking at $240 a year. Times those 3 years, that's $720. But here's the difference, Harold. We're talking about a 4080. A 4080 is what I'm talking about. Okay? I'm looking at on Newegg right now a PC with an i7 3080 right now is going for $2,579. I'm not even doing that, bro. I'm just keeping it simple as I can. All right. So I'm breaking it down for you. If you buy a PC, you still gotta buy the game. So I don't want to hear that when people are like, well, you gotta buy the game with Geforce Now. You gotta buy the PC. Here's the other thing too, guys. If you have Geforce Now, you ain't doing any maintenance. If you have Geforce Now, yo, what's up, ISO? Okay, ISO, I see you. Hardware better than cloud. Levels of layers to this. Okay. It's hard to argue with ISO because I know ISO has tried Geforce Now on his PC and it didn't work quite as well as he wanted it to. But I don't know if he did the new tier, the 4080, because when he did it, I let him borrow my account, and I think at the time they didn't have the 4080 tier. I think it was still ultimate, but it wasn't the 4080 tier. Okay. That's right, ISO. That's right. Listen, ISO said that doesn't mean cloud is bad. Don't add me. Okay. All right. What maintenance are we talking about, Harold? Well, it depends. I'm not a PC guy. You guys got to tell me. Do fans go out? Do programs have to be reinstalled? Like, you guys tell me what happens when you have a PC. But what I'm telling you is with cloud, there is no maintenance on your side. Like, you just gotta make sure you got a good internet connection, and boom, that's it. You're good, right? So that's what we're talking about. But again, let's keep breaking this down. The difference is, though, that in 3 years, that PC that I buy, if I buy today, will be 3 years old. All right? In 3 years, Geforce Now Ultimate tier is probably not still going to be a 4080. they're probably going to go ahead and upgrade to whatever the next graphics generation is or whatever graphics cards they have. It's constantly going to keep upgrading. So that was one of the things about Stadia that was appealing, is that you would never have to worry about having hardware that would run the next generation of games or anything like that, because they're upgrading their stuff on their side. That's the same thing with Geforce Now, except they're doing it with the best possible hardware. Now, here's the caveat, and I'm glad that ISO is in here because we're going to speak honestly. Geforce Now only works if it works for you. And that's why I think that it is worth you trying out the $20 tier just to see if it's something viable. Just to see if it's something that's worth it to you. Okay? Because in the long run, it's going to be cheaper and you're going to have a better experience if it works for you, right? Now, I don't know where every single person lives that is listening to this. So I got to speak for myself, and on this channel I've spoken plenty of times as to how my experience is the experience that matters the most, the same way that your experience should be the experience that matters the most to you. Like, why do you care if I'm having a great time with Geforce Now if you try to use Geforce Now and it doesn't work for you? Like, that doesn't translate. You can't be like, I got Geforce Now because it works great for Doc. Like, that doesn't make any sense, right? Oh, here we go. Harold said, but let's say it worked flawlessly for everyone. I don't think it's worth it long term. But you got to explain that to me, Harold. I would argue that it is worth it long term. They're going to keep upgrading it. You don't have to worry about the hardware. You could buy something as small as a Shield TV. It's all, and here's the thing too, right? Any laptop you have, right, is gonna be able to run it. So my laptop that I'm using to record this podcast right now, you guys already know, has a 1660 Ti in it. And it's got an i7 7th generation, so it's pretty, or 9th generation, so it's pretty old, right? So it's an Acer Helios Predator 300. For its time when I bought it, this laptop to me was pretty nice. It was doing what it had to do. Okay. Yesterday I was playing Starfield on this laptop at 1080p, the highest settings, okay, maxed out, because it doesn't have a 4K screen. So Geforce Now recognizes that it doesn't have a 4K screen, so it just goes to whatever the native resolution of your screen is, and it's going to run the game at that, which allowed it to max out everything else. And the game was running phenomenal. Not only was the game running phenomenal, but again, it's a gaming laptop, which is different from a desktop, obviously, but I didn't have to worry about the thermals of my laptop. It was cool. This laptop, I have had to replace one of the fans already because of thermal issues, because it gets hot. You know, it's a really strong laptop. And I was running things like Grand Theft Auto on this thing, boy. Like, so yeah. But to be able to play Starfield on this, looking phenomenal, running flawlessly, when I know my dude Isomotion Gaming was having performance issues when he was first started playing Starfield on his PC, that's crazy. That's crazy to me. I'm playing it on a laptop that should have no business running Starfield, and it's because I'm not actually playing it on the hardware of the laptop. It's being streamed. Now, I also had this hardwired to my modem. That is one thing I will say. I would not use Geforce Now over Wi-Fi. I don't care what they tell you the specs need to be, all this other stuff. I don't care how great your Wi-Fi is. I'm at home with 5 people in this house, and I looked up my my Wi-Fi router. I have, at any given moment, I have no idea why, but at any given moment, we have 17 devices connected to that Wi-Fi, and there's 25 other devices on standby not connected. That's insane. And when I went ahead to try to like see what I was gonna disconnect, I got 3 Nintendo Switches, I got a Rogue Ally, I got 2 PS5s, a PS4, Xbox Series X, Xbox Series S. I have 3 different laptops, 2 Chromebooks, all that connected. Oh, and then I have 5 phones, all that connected to the Wi-Fi. Yeah, that ain't it, bro. Yeah, that ain't it. So I had to connect it. I would definitely recommend that whatever you're gonna use GeForce Now on, you go ahead and plug it into, use an Ethernet cable, and that's what gave me the best results. So like when I played it on my TV and I used the NVIDIA Shield, I had it directly connected to the Ethernet cable, and I played Starfield on my TV, 4K 60. It was phenomenal. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. Now, the hassle of using the NVIDIA Shield and Game Pass is that every time you play a Game Pass game, you got to log in. That used to be the same thing with all the other games that when GeForce Now first came out, but now they allow you to automatically connect to those stores that you already have on PC. So like you could connect your Steam to GeForce Now, and then it just validates it, and you could play. You could connect your Epic Store to GeForce Now, Ubisoft. So I have those three already connected to my GeForce Now, so I could play it automatically. But when it comes to Game Pass, every single time you play Game Pass, you got to log in, which means you're gonna need a mouse and keyboard. So when it comes to playing that couch experience or whatever, I mean, as long as you're okay using that extra step of taking that mouse and keyboard and playing it and plugging in your stuff, then you'll be all right. But you are getting a way better experience, bro. Playing Starfield 4K 60 with high settings is ridiculous. Everyone, so I see what Harold's saying, that the game doesn't look nice. Anyways, right? Well, trust me, it looks better at 4K high settings. That's all I can tell you. If you don't like the way Starfield looks, then you definitely are not gonna like the way Starfield looks on console versus a PC running at a 4080. But this is Xbox allowing us to play literally however we want to play. They're literally allowing us to use, which makes sense. You can play Xbox games on better hardware if you wish. So it only makes sense that you can stream them on a better cloud streaming service if you wish. It makes sense. Now, if this wasn't Microsoft's decision, if this was something that came about because the CMA made them, I don't care. I'm the one that's benefiting from it. I'm the one that's benefiting from it. So, again, a $1,300 computer that has a 3060, so you'll be able to play, games decently on it for the next freaking whatever years, 3 years. Or you can get GeForce Now and play these games. And if you use the $20 tier, you're looking at $720, and that'll cover you the next 3 years. And GeForce Now you can use on multiple devices, multiple laptops, whatever. Again, I would recommend that you use it on something that you could connect to an Ethernet cord, but you could use it via Wi-Fi as well if you wish. If you wish. So, I don't know. So Harold said, I mean, that is a game by game cases. Hi-Fi Rush and amazing runs amazing on your Series S. You wouldn't resort to cloud. No, you're correct. You wouldn't. You wouldn't have to resort to cloud. But again, this is just an option. So for instance, it's funny, like shout out to Rune Mamba. He left me a comment on my other video saying $37 a month. You're getting fleeced and finessed now because the $15 plus the $16 from GeForce, to play Starfield or whatever. And the way I look at it is like, I'm the guy that's been complaining about playing this game at 30 frames, right? And everyone out there has been telling me, stop complaining, Doc. If you don't want to play a game at 30 frames, get yourself a PC, and then that's it. You can play it at 60. Stop complaining. Build yourself a PC then. Well, guess what? Microsoft was like, you know what, Doc? You don't even got to build a PC. Here you go. It's on GeForce Now. You want to play at 4K 60? Go ahead, have at it. You want to play at above 30 frames on your laptop as well? Go ahead. Here you go. Have at it. It's on GeForce Now. And all I had to do was shell out $20, maybe $40 if I want to keep playing it next month as well, or $60 I want to play for the next month as well. But I get to keep GeForce Now and all those other games as well if I want to play them on the cloud. versus going out there and spending whatever amount of money to run Starfield. What type of PC do I need to build to run Starfield at a solid 60 frames? You let me know. It reminds me of the Cyberpunk and Stadia situation. Yeah, that was wild when Stadia had the best version of Cyberpunk. I remember that too. Cloud gaming is very, very viable for a lot of people. I think though that because it is so new, there's still a lot of people that are hesitant to give it a shot. But eventually that stigma of cloud gaming is going to go away, man. It just is. I don't remember any other media having this much pushback though. Like I don't remember people being upset when you had to download music on an MP3 player versus carrying around a cassette case or a CD case. You guys remember those CD cases where you could put multiple CDs in them? Right? CD books, man. I remember people used to carry around these large freaking CD books that you just flip through. What do you? Oh, I got my CD. Like you get in somebody's car or whatever, they'll be like, "Yo, where's your CD binder?" Whatever. Oh, it's right there, and you go through looking for all the CDs, whatever. Like that's not a thing anymore. But I don't remember the pushback when people were like, you know, what do you have downloaded? Oh, I gotta download music on my MP3. I don't even remember the pushback when music became a streaming thing. I don't even remember that pushback. Maybe because the medium is different, but I don't remember that pushback. Maybe I just didn't see it. Maybe there are music people that hated that. Same thing with movies. I don't remember the pushback of people saying they wanted to buy their movies physically versus streaming them. I don't remember that at all. At all. I remember having a Blu-ray player and being proud of my Blu-ray player. It was actually a Sony Blu-ray player. But I had no problems parting with my Blu-ray player at all. Like once we were streaming movies on Netflix and everything, like yeah, I didn't have no issue. It didn't bother me at all. So it's very interesting. Harold says there's a lot of variables in what? In playing because cloud will never be attractive to esports and of people that want to better like something again. Well, here's the thing, Harold. Here's the thing. Somebody else mentioned that as well. But again, this is NVIDIA. My accent came out. NVIDIA. This is NVIDIA. Bro, this is NVIDIA. They had what's it called? Now in a controlled environment like that, like an esport where you're gonna be sitting there, I'm sure they're gonna have the best internet possible and all that other stuff, right? I'm sure Nvidia could probably figure something out. Now I don't see that happening. Not yet at least. But I mean, yesterday I was playing Apex Legends with my son and I was on the laptop on Geforce Now and it ran perfect, ran flawless. Yeah, you heard me, Harold. Nvidia. That's hilarious, right? Yo, what up, brown coat? Important question, Doc. Or were you the type who kept CDs insert in the jewel case, or did you put it in the CD in a binder so you could put them back in the right place, in the right spot? Put it behind the CD in the binder so you could put it in the right spot? What do you mean the jewel case? You mean like the actual case that it came in? So the only CDs that I can remember that I kept in their original packaging and I never put them in like one of those CD binders was Nas Stillmatic, Tupac's Greatest Hits double CD, and Life After Death by Biggie. Those were the only albums that I remember that for whatever reason I kept them in their original cases. I don't know why. Everything else, I went into a binder. Everything else. I probably should have done it with DMX's first album too, but I didn't. But yeah, Stillmatic, Tupac's Greatest Hits, and Life After Death. Those are the only ones I kept in the original. I don't know. It was weird. But yeah, the latency between Geforce Now and actually playing, I mean, I don't have the numbers for you, Harold. Let's see if we can look it up. But again, it doesn't matter what they say. it's gonna go off of what your internet is like. You know what I mean? NVIDIA GeForce Now latency. Let's look that up. Let's see. This is from The Verge. The competitive 240 hertz mode can deliver end-to-end latency less than 40 milliseconds some range, which beats the Xbox Series X at 60 hertz. So it's better latency than console gaming, huh? That's crazy. It's better latency than console gaming? God damn, that's wild. Damn, yeah, that's wild. 4K resolution this is dramatically, and if you go have a 4K screen, you have two more. Okay, so looking at I'm looking at a Verge article right now. See if I can see anything. But even whatever number they put, it's not gonna matter because it's definitely gonna go off of how much what your internet is like. But listen, guys, I was being extremely nice and modest when I said a $1,300 PC. But we know that this is not. Playing GeForce Now is not like playing on a $1,300 PC. You're going to get way more out of playing with GeForce Now. You know what I'm saying? What up, Severin? Oh, Severin, you missed a little bit, man. I'm actually about to end it. I went over the 30 minutes already. But Severin, I was talking about, Severin would know. Harold, Severin would know. We can settle this right now. Yes, Severin. So Severin, I went ahead and I subscribed to for 1 month to the 4080 tier of GeForce Now. And Severin, no cap, it is running phenomenal. Now I have it connected to my NVIDIA Shield through an Ethernet cable, and I'm playing Starfield at 4K 60 high graphics settings, whatever the highest graphics setting, like it looks amazing. Then I put it on my laptop, which has a 1660 Ti, but again, it doesn't matter. And I connected it, and same thing, it was running amazing. Okay. So Severin, I actually moved, so I don't have fiber internet anymore out here. I have regular cable internet, but it is a gigabyte. I do have a gigabyte of internet, but it's not fiber anymore. Okay, but same thing, it is running phenomenal. Okay, so we were trying to figure out how much would it cost to build a PC to give us that experience. Now, me and Harold were being real nice, real modest. We said $1,300. Could we get a PC that's going to run games at 4K 60 for $1,300? I don't know if we could. You would know more, Severin. Okay, yeah, Severin, to build a PC to match 4080. Yeah, what would you guess? What would you think that'd be at? Here we go, guys. I was about to end the stream, but we're about to get interested. If y'all don't know, Severin, he deals with computers. That's his thing. He deals with computers as a hobby and as his job. So he knows. You would need at least, he says, at least $1,700. Okay, that changes everything. All right, and then Severin, $1,700 is that PC lasting me 3 or 5 years? What do you think? When would I have to upgrade that PC? Anything of that PC? 3 to 5 years? And I don't even talk to me about memory, because I delete games once I beat them, so I'm not worried about memory. What do you think? He said, yeah, 3 to 5 years. So do we want to do 4 years just to be safe? Okay, we'll do 4 years then. So we have a $1,700 PC, right? Okay. We divide that by 4 years. Okay. We're looking at $425 a year. Okay. And then we divide that by 12. And you're looking at, okay, it was similar to what we came up with, $35 a month. So for $35 a month, you could build yourself a PC that's going to last you 4 years, that's going to have a 4080, and you're going to be able to play games at 4K 60 for the next 4 years. And again, we went with the lower number. He said 1,700 to 2,000, but so we went with the 1,700. Okay. So what we calculated, Severin, was, and again, Severin, this only works if it works for you. Severin, again, this we understand this only works if GeForce works for you. And right now, GeForce is working for me. Like, it runs flawlessly, right? So for $20, okay, a month, okay, which equals what we said it equals $240 a year, okay? And then we multiply that by 4 years, right? I'm looking at $960. Plus, Severin, here's a big kicker. In 4 years, if I was a betting man, I would bet that GeForce is going to upgrade what card you're playing with. The question is, do they upgrade the price of the subscription in 4 years? Right? But if it's comparable, then you know what we saying? It's looking. And again, this is the month-to-month subscription, because there is a one that's $4 cheaper if you subscribe for 6 months. So again, and then people arguing, well, you got to buy your games on GeForce Now and blah blah blah. Okay, let's see what Seven says. Cloud isn't a bad choice, but the problem with it's adoption. Most people want their hardware native. I know that's the case, or Stadia would have been around its option. That's fine, but not the main. Yeah, I think Stadia also messed up in its promotion. Nvidia is going to be fine if GeForce Now, because Nvidia is known for gaming anyways. I think they're going to be fine. But Stadia's promotion, the way they advertised it, I don't think was adequate. And the fact that you didn't own those games. Whereas in GeForce Now, that's what a lot of people don't understand. Like, yeah, you got to buy the games, but you own those games. You buying those games off of actual stores. So you're buying the game from Steam, you're buying the game from freaking Epic Game Store, Ubisoft, whatever. All right. Right now, that Game Pass is on GeForce Now. You can have access to those games as long as you subscribe to Game Pass, which to me is phenomenal. That's, to me, is crazy. You know? Making cloud the main platform is a mistake. Offering is an option on the side is the way to go. It's not what most gamers want now, but in the future, who knows? Our children aren't like us, and they may not get that. Severin hit the nail on the head. That's the perfect way to end it. Severin. You are 120% correct. Our kids do not care. Ooh, you about to have a baby, Severin? That's what's up, brother. That's what's up. Congratulations. Hey, make sure he's a gamer, Severin. Don't do that. He better be Team Green too, Severin. Don't do that. Don't put him on the pony ride. Don't do that. And Nvidia's doing this as a side hustle, right, to get more money out of their cards. But Xbox is the company that wants to go full on cloud. Oh, I hear you. I'm about to have 2. It's twins. No, that's not sadly. That's great, bro. That's great. That's a blessing, Severin. I'm happy for you, brother. That's great. You ain't gonna be gaming no more, though, dog. You ain't gonna be gaming no more, though, dog. Oh, you gonna play Sims in real life. Look what you did. Oh, that's hilarious. But that's awesome, Severin. I'm happy for you, brother. But you said it. Our kids don't care about this, bro. Even my 14-year-old doesn't care about whether or not he owns the game or not. He could care less. Funny enough, the only games that he wants to have physically are Switch games. And that might just be for an internet thing, so he doesn't have to worry about the internet. But besides that, he's fine. Exactly. I will throw hands if someone tried to take my DVD collection, but my nephews looked at them like, why do you still have this? Exactly, bro. And it's gonna be similar, man. I'm telling you right now. I tell people this all the time. If you walk into somebody's house and you saw a Blu-ray player under their TV, not a console, like an actual, like this person went out there and bought a Blu-ray player, you would think there's something wrong with them. If you walked into someone's house and saw an actual radio system, like an actual stereo system, and they're not like a DJ or something like that, you'd be like, You remember the old radio system that had lights and stuff and everything, bro? You'd be like, what are you doing with that, bro? What are you doing with that, bro? It's crazy. I still collect 4K Blu-ray movies, and my nephews and nieces are about them and like them also. But that's right. Talk me facts. If she drops those twins on my birthday, it's going to be real strange. Nah, it's gonna be great, Severin. It's no longer your birthday though, bro. It's over. It's a wrap. It's all about the kids. Man, your birthday don't matter anyway, Severin. You a man, you know that. Your birthday don't matter. Nobody care about your birthday. It is what it is. Look at Google. Started looking up birthday thing. Stop spying on me, Google. All right, so I'm gonna end the stream there, guys. This was supposed to be a 30-minute session with Doc. The whole premise of this is that Geforce Now and Game Pass is a big deal, man. More options is just better. The fact that I was complaining about having to play Starfield at 30 frames, even though I'm not gonna hold you, it still runs great on a Series X. But yes, 30 frames is not a W. But now I can actually play it at 60 frames, and I didn't have to go out there and spend an arm and a leg. That's crazy, bro. That's wild. The one thing I will say though is I don't understand why Xbox didn't allow it to be uncapped if you have a VRR screen. That doesn't make any sense to me, because like I mentioned in my last video, on my Rogue Ally, playing this thing at 45 frames with a VRR screen is still phenomenal. So I don't understand why they didn't allow that, but it is what it is. But all right, guys, I got to get back to the fam. I appreciate you guys. DocDog1985. You already know there's levels to this. Yo, Jason, what up, man? You missed it, Bobby. Go back and watch it, Jason. We had a pretty good conversation. Yeah, we out. Peace.